You're right, because I need to cut anyway. So check this out. Now we're at the point, follow the conversation. We're at the point where we don't need clothes to live. Right? Trying to get where we're at, our grounding, right? All right, so check it. When we was growing up, right? What did we do as kids? We watched a lot of TV, right? Fair, right?
Right.
Watched a lot of TV. A lot of TV. Our parents actually watched a lot of TV, right? Some doctors said like 50s, but they were still, you know, let's just stay on TV. Okay? Stay on that level. If we remember with TV, right? If we remember how we was watching the stuff we were watching, right? If you remember, like, let's start here. If you remember at the end of every episode, for the most part, there was what? Message, right? It was a moral of the show, moral of the story, right? Right? We still following, right? So there's a moral of the story that we continuously, I'm tripping, y'all got that last right, that we continuously sing, right? Continuously. Going deeper now, be ready. Every show taught us what to cry about, how to cry, what feeling and what reaction we should get if we help somebody, right? Right? How it should be, right? If we help somebody, this is the reaction, right? If this happens and you have a girlfriend break up, this is what happens, right? Right? If you meet a friend and they do this to you, this is what happens. If somebody steals, this is what happens, right? And they teach us how to use these feelings in these situations, right? Okay. And we learn them. Fair? We're still on the same page, right? TV, every show
is teaching you some,
has these teachings or conditionings of how to deal with your emotions, right? Okay, right? And they name them and they show you what they are, right? Right? Meaning they say, you're crying right now, right? You see what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. Let's fast forward today's day and age. Right? What do our kids don't do?
Shit, talk. They don't communicate for shit.
They don't read.
They don't watch TV. They don't have the conditioning on how to deal with these emotions that we've been trained in trying to teach them on how to deal with, right? You got to think social media is only 10 years old, right? That's a world nobody's ever seen, right? That's an actual lifestyle. If we have kids that are 10 years or older, they actually were raised on social media. This is something we're not really we're privy to it, but we're not into it as much as they are. And this is their lifestyle, right? So think about this. We're telling folks this is how you're supposed to cry, act, feel. When they don't even know that's how they're supposed to act, cry. They don't watch TV. We were taught that's what we're supposed to, that's what's supposed to happen when you drop a pie. That's what's supposed to happen when you steal. That's what's supposed to happen when you make somebody, you know, talk about something, you know what I mean? Or when you're dealing with a heartbreak, a breakup, something like that. Our youth don't know how to, they don't have any coping mechanisms. There's no, when you get to you don't know how to deal with it. The emotional disarray that they must have is fucking ridiculous, right?
and that's because they don't watch TV.
Hold on, I'm gonna take it a step further. Take it a step further. Let's dive a little bit deeper.
I see where you're going.
Right, but I'm about to go somewhere else too with it. Keep all these components in place. So I had a homie who came to me, pretty intellectual dude, and we talk about a few different things, and he was like, you know, my wife just had back surgery, okay? completely out of it. Y'all know anybody who has back surgery, the rehabilitation process is pretty debilitating,
Yeah.
right? So dad has to go to work. The child is at home, teenager, let's say that. The teenager is at home with mom, okay?
Right.
Dad comes back home from work, right? Mom is livid. Mom is like, what the fuck is wrong with our son? I'm here, I just had a back injury. He didn't ask me if I need something to drink. He didn't bring me nothing. He didn't see if I was hungry,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Dad was pissed. Went to son, okay? Fuck is your problem? You're not raised like this. Matter of fact, he told me, he said, you disappointed me, okay? It's not how you're raised, right? Your mom is debilitated. She's here with you all day. What do you think his response was? Just to ask you.
He said he's a teenager.
She didn't ask me. She didn't ask me.
What you think?
That's my kid. She didn't ask.
Some, I don't know specifically, but some deflection in that space.
I'm gonna say, T.U. said I forgot, because they forget like everything.
What's the fair?
Yeah, I think, just to piggyback,
Put it on the parent.
So the majority is saying that, right, that she didn't ask, right? You see how easy it was for y'all to naturally, organically come up with that, right?
Yeah.
If you really take off the layers, he wasn't wrong,
Right.
right?
Right.
If you're thirsty and you can't do something, you should ask, right? But the teaching, the conditioning, right, is that you should be actually the one asking me. But that's a layer, right? That's a layer of clothing, okay? Now think about this. Think about how freeing it would be if you're able to take off layers of clothing, right? And still be able to function in society, right? Take off more layers and how freeing and entitling, how much confidence. Because what you're realizing is that I'm not wrong, you are, you got full clothes on. How free am I living and feeling? I don't have no clothes. You have layers on. Layers and layers and layers of conditioning on your ass, right? I can live the same life you is and reap the same benefits you do, and I don't have to have clothes on, okay? Right? And when you see enough examples of that, right? You don't smoke? That nigga held that shit like it was a dirty diaper. Y'all, this is on y'all.
I'm the blunt passer. We brought Matt to pass the blunts.
So it brings me to touch with a lot right now, right? Right? Because y'all all understand. So check it. This was just a theory, right? Think about how freeing it would be if you didn't have to worry about what you had to wear.
What
Right?
about the old time?
Right? Think about how releasing and stress-free, right? If you were so confident that society has the issue, not myself. You're going through all this shit to wear clothes and do this to please societal conditionings. Yet I can do everything you do without clothes, right? So when we tell our youth these days on how to do things, live things, they're living in a world in social media without clothes. We're living in a world of social media with the traditions of how you get a girl, how you get education, how you learn schooling, policing. All of that is Snapchatted, basically. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, right? There's a different conditioning that's going on, right? In a sense, if you really pay attention to it, how many kids are really on Snapchat more than they are not, right? Or on social media, right? So what you're kind of doing is almost waking them up from a sleep state, right?
Right.
To tell them something that is not even in the world that they deal with.
Because theirs is always getting fed to them through the screen.
Right. So they're gonna say, "Oh, I got you," to appease you. But as soon as you're gone, they're back in that world. Imagine a world you can go to where there's no, y'all only know the language your parents don't. Imagine a world you can meet girls, talk sex, talk games. There's no age limit. None of that. That's Snapchat. You can talk to people, see people, do all that shit. You can buy guns, you can buy weed, you can buy food, you can do all that shit. Okay. You can meet up with people, you can do all that shit. Like imagine that, like real shit. You think you would get out of that world, my nigga? You can play games, all that shit. You think you really would? They're gonna take the trash out, my nigga? You feel what I'm saying? So there's a disconnection. That's the reason why I bring this, because there's a real, seeing all the situation that's going on with our youth, right? Seeing the entitlement they come with. We come from, you gotta earn stripes to talk to me like that. Respect or have confidence to talk to me like, where do you get that from? That's what we're like, where do you get? You ain't this shit.
Right.
Nah, think about
They
this.
microwave, they just hop in, they put on a
Nah, See? Here's the next layer.
Oh, layer 2.
Here's the next layer.
Layer 2.
Here's the layer, because I'm glad y'all checking it out, right? What if we're doing it wrong? What if wearing clothes to live was really waiting on us, putting the pressure on us, stressful? There's no freeing, there's no, you can't get to that point of ultimate freedom, right? So when they're telling you, you can't be a star unless you read a book. They don't even see a book in their world. They only see a book because you mentioned it. They don't even see a book in school these days, damn near. If you get somebody to push a book, I be tripping because I be like, nigga, why don't y'all push the initiative of reading? Everybody wants to push the initiative of reading a book. No, dummy. They don't even know what the fuck a book is. And when they go to their world, there is no books in there. But you can read, you know what I'm saying? You can push the initiative of reading, you feel me? But anyways, imagine if they're at a point where everything you've taught us and everything that y'all do, check this out. Let me rephrase this. Here's a perspective based upon what we're just talking about, right? Looking at y'all. You're telling me how to love, and we could tell you I don't know how to love. You're telling me how government is supposed to be run. This is what government was supposed to be following. These are laws. These are the police that we're supposed to follow, protect, and serve, and that's supposed to follow us. These are the teachers that we're supposed to follow in this type of education system that y'all telling us to actually sit down and follow through. You're telling me I can't be a star when I see on YouTube just based upon just turning on YouTube. I can actually be a multi-millionaire. Okay? Right? But you want to put all this badgering on me that I can't do this. This is the way you're supposed to do it. This is the way you're supposed to cry. This is the way you're supposed to handle it. These kids got so much entitlement and so much courage and confidence to say, nah, that really ain't it. Right? Because they're realizing we don't need clothes to live. Right? You keep telling these niggas to put on a hat and clothes because it's cold outside. And they're like, nah, I'm straight. Why? I'ma still get it done. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So you see the layers of that, to really the conditioning and the understand, like, we don't need clothes to live. That shit is for real as a situation, and I believe this is Uncle TUXX talking, right? It's not a in stone, right? This is me stoned on weed, sitting back thinking like, damn, we don't need fucking clothes to fucking live, right? And then correlating it to why these kids feel like they don't need to hear us or listen to us in order to accomplish or be human beings.
Deep. I was. Those layers. Look at you. So listen to what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, you're absolutely right. And I think going through something with this kid who I'm not going to mention his name, so I'm going to throw him under the bus though. But he believes he's a gamer, okay? Mm-hmm. And so it's hard for me not to tell him that he's not a gamer. I really don't understand what the fuck a gamer is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he swears to me that this is a lucrative thing.
Right.
And I'm who am I to say that it's not lucrative? I'm the same nigga that raps. The same nigga that got all this lofty ideas about what I want to own my own clothing line and have podcasts and do TV shows and do my own videos. And they laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? Like my homies laughed at me. In hindsight being 2020, like that was my attitude as well. Like I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? And as I just believe that's and these kids feel like they don't like TUXX said, and I never thought about it that way, but he's right. They don't feel like they have all these different restrictions. Right, Jay? We talk about that. They don't feel like they have to do the 4 years in college. Matter of fact, I don't understand. Like why you wasting your time?
Exactly.
Right? Like I know how to they almost tell you I know how to skip 2 years. Like, you know,
Show you right
keep
now.
2 years, right? You keep 2 years. You
Google
doing too much
YouTube a
with them,
degree.
Hey man.
Yourself to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. They found a way. So for me, it's because it was so different from the way we did it, though. And that was engraved in us that we had to do it a certain way. You had to be a rapper by 22. Remember that? You remember when we was so this age has switched over the years.
Yeah.
This age has got a lot loftier over the years.
Yeah.
Because when we was little, if you wasn't old by 25, who are you? What are you doing?
Right.
You know what's crazy?
Remember that?
Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Uh-huh.
I almost thought you said something different, right? But you didn't, right? But it fits so perfectly. You almost needed to feel like you were owned by 25. A label signed you, a team signed you, right? Because the difference now is the independence, right?
True.
Right? Is understanding the power, and we promote, and I promote that 100%. But also, independence also comes with trailblazing.
Yes, sir.
Right? And ending up in waters and spaces that are untapped or places that we're told not to go to, right? So that's the fearsome part of it that I'm scared of, even for my own children, right? Is understanding that, you know, there was a shooting earlier this year. There was a shooting earlier this year, and it was one of my son's friends. My son just turned 15, but he was 14 at the time. Anybody knows my son? They know he's a fairly active dude. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, he's my Tyreek. Let's just right. He has every opportunity and chance to do everything else, and is taught and raised different, but he loves and thrives off of the streets. So anyways, there's a kid that lost his life earlier in the year. He was a friend of my son's. Because I am an involved father, I had a listening system on his phone, and where I could hear and see his stuff like that because of how active and involved he was. And I knew he was with the shits because one of his homies just passed, right? So I look at the messages and I see meet up at Aurora Central. Instantly, I'm like, at 1 p.m. I'm like, okay, here we go. Right, next day, meet up. Here we go. All right. So I go there, you know what I'm saying? Be careful if you pass that by. I go there, you feel me? And you know, I got my little piece or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and little backpack. But I go not just kind of covertly, you know what I'm saying? Angry, ready to whip my son's ass, but I still go kind of covertly. So I show up. And Aurora Central, remember this is COVID now time. Aurora Central's locked up, chains all over the doors type shit, you feel me? So I hopped the fence because I see there's a bunch of folks that already did. Okay. Also fuck my back up. That's another story. I'm old now. See, that was realization period. We hopped the fence. Okay. So anyway, so I hopped the fence, right? and I go towards, everybody knows Aurora Central, they have a sports complex, right, area, right? So I hop the fence, go to the sports complex area, that's where I see the most activity. I get over there, I walk towards there, lo and behold, it's an open field, it's the football field, right? On the football field, there's 60 to 70 kids out here, okay? There's not one adult. Actually, there's Thal. Thal was out there training, okay? Thal was about to leave though, okay? Thal's out there, and me and Thal, because you know, we all know Thal, me and Thal's talking, and we're like, you know, no, none of the kids see him, then not even my son. I see my son, he don't see me yet. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know, right? 60, 70 kids out here. We don't know. Not only do we don't know, we're looking around as adults. Where's the coach? Wait, hold on. 60, 70 kids out here playing football. Flag. Okay? Touch or whatever. Flag, I'm tripping. Playing football. 7-on-7s. Okay. Matter of fact, let me describe it.
They organize that themselves, though? That's what I'm saying?
7-on-7. 50 yards here. The field is cut in half. One game 7-on-7 on this side, one game 7-on-7 on this side, two teams in the middle lined up ready to go, who's next, right? Teams on the side working with each other, practicing, okay, on the side, okay? Me and Thal is over there, okay, looking around. First off, like, is there a coach? Is there an adult? The stands, empty. The play on the field is at the highest level you will ever see some of these kids play. Okay, let me tell you something. This is real shit. Dama, we got film, don't we? Right? Did we not have a kid, my nigga? Okay? Did we not have a kid playing quarterback like this, my nigga? Okay?
Put a piece of paper in his pocket.
Hold on, cuz had shorts on, no shirt on, nigga, and shoes, nigga.
Plays in his pocket, like
Nigga, every play, nigga.
Hell yeah.
You feel me? To where literally I'm out there pissed. Thal had to leave, right? Thal the next week, real shit, because he knew what was going on. They ended up having some football initiative out there. Like, if y'all gonna be out here, nigga, I need to get some of y'all kids in my program. They still didn't give a fuck about you, Thal, and that was real. Okay, because they had their own thing going on, right? Okay, so I'm pissed, because I'm still the only adult, okay? My son is out here, he got his own team. My son is part of the 14, 15-year-old teams. None of the kids is over 20 years old. Rest in peace, Duvari, who was out there acting a fool and was one of the leaders out there putting actually this program together and these kids out here together, okay? What I do, I sit my black ass in the stands where nobody could see me, okay? In there watching football, damn near first off, the first couple hours, let's just say, I was there 4 hours almost, okay? I got the shit to do. Y'all know nigga like me got shit to do. Nigga, the fucking play was so high and so intense and at a level, one-handed catches, coverage, the plays were outstanding, like it was raw. Neighborhood after neighborhood is showing up, hopping the fence. We're talking 60 kids, we're talking every neighborhood, bro. Every team, every player. I'm not passing this back. But anyway, enjoy the other blunt. So niggas is out there playing again extreme, right? Check this out. A fight happens on the field, and I mean a real punch thrown, okay? Kids who's not out there to play, niggas out there now like nigga what's happening because now it's their turn, okay? Right? The ones that were spectating, right? Right? You feel me? Ready to fight, ready to get it in, right? It's a damn near a brawl. But the energy and the will to play was so high and so intense, nigga, that them motherfuckers stopped the fight, went back to playing. The team that was fighting went to the side and just gritted a little bit, but got ready to get back in rotation. Regroup. Okay? I got up as an adult, let them know now I'm here, because the fight started. Like, hold on, I'm here. Let y'all know I got all the way down from the bleachers to the ground level. To where by the time I got there, it was already diffused. They didn't have to do nothing. I just sat there and just was like, it's amazing. To where basically the next week I called Damo, nigga, was like, we got to get cameras out here. I never seen nothing like this. Now the point of the conversation is this, bro. I know it was a long one, but I wanted y'all to see. I wanted y'all to see the beautiful moment of what really transpired out there. Like, and when I tell you, it was to 20 years old around there, right? Anyways, there's a team, and I just given it, that was my son. They all wore white shirts. They're all on the side practicing, and they played against the older kids, and they played at the high, like it was really intense. Shit talking, all of that, right? Holding each other accountable. You're supposed to be in double coverage, whoa, 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 whoa. That type shit, right? And where I brought out the cameras and I started recording, right? So we do have some film of some shit, right? But that's another situation. And I asked some of these kids, before I brought the cameras out the next week, I asked these kids, I said,
You have to tell that story, y'all.
why y'all here?
Okay?
What do you mean?
When you present the film, you have to tell them like you told us right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
With
yeah.
the phone call.
Yeah, because you lined it up. You
Because
lined it
the
up
way-
as if the setup was
No.
something
He
else,
did it.
though.
He did it. He did it. We did with the perception though.
Right.
And that's what he said. Think about it though. He said my son, you're right. He said my son was active.
My son's
So he
active.
did-
He's
he
in
did.
these streets.
He's in
I
these
got
streets.
a mirror of his
I got a
phone.
mirror of his phone. So they get the call.
Took the
You get at
pistol.
1 o'clock.
Yeah,
But that's dope even when you set it up like that.
That was
anyway,
perfect,
right?
Yeah, you thought it was
Yeah.
some gang shit.
Hey, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how I went there with
Right.
ready
That
to.
in your
I
head.
got my heat in my bag, bro.
Right.
Like I'm ready for
Right.
like whatever the
Yeah.
situation is, because I know how what it will work. But
Right.
no, it was way different.
Right.
But the point was there was two things. Two things. Number one is when I asked them before I even brought the cameras out, and some of the youth would tell you, I said I don't want to interrupt nothing that y'all doing. You know what I mean? Because what y'all got going on is major, but it is. Well, I would love to bring the drone out. So we brought out 2 drones and that type of stuff the next week. But it just really was like we wanted to play. We have places, school to go to. We have colleges that are still ready. We still have paths that we want to fulfill. We don't want to be in the streets. We have other shit we want to do. And I'm talking, they're running plays, training with each other. This is the main thing that I wanted y'all to hear the story for, was because we were talking about the topic, was the fact that they organized this through social media, right? Not one parent. There was not a coach out there pushing them to get to the highest level of activity. There was not somebody in the crowd cheering them on saying you're gonna get this if you get a couple touchdowns. You see what I'm saying? Like there was so much of self-accountability and self-fortitude, right? That we didn't need y'all as parents no more to put this together. We didn't need coaches to put this together. We didn't need adults. We didn't need big brothers. We got our own thing going on that nobody else knows about, okay? That's why we're losing bodies, fellas and women, real shit. Because we're fighting this battle like it's something on the streets in the 90s or 2000s. Social media starts right there. That's where the fights and all the bullshit start. We pick up the bodies on the street. We need to be making a real impact or push to who the fuck is Snapchat? Who's allowing folks to get on a media, set up a spot where there's no age limit, where you're able to put MOM, as I told you before, I remember having a conversation with you, you put MOM on that motherfucker, that means metal on the market.
Oh, that's selling.
I could sell you any guns and here's my location, what it do, what it is. You feel me? We really gotta really tweak up, but there's a twist on everything, that's just the thing. The thing is, the last thing for Mr. No Jive Life, before we get to another topic, if y'all want to, real shit, because I'd like to talk about the shootings.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chad Boseman. I'd like to talk about a couple of things we hear. Y'all can leave anytime. This is just we doing. But this ain't hold to y'all. I just held y'all hostage. Y'all can go if y'all need to, whatever. I'll call you Uber if you need be, whatever situation. We just chopping. You feel me? We don't need clothes to live, y'all. And I think these kids, think about this, how biblical it is to go all the way back to where you never had to wear clothes or had those conditions, and how natural and organic and powerful and empowering it is to tap into an energy where you realize you do not need clothes to live. And if me wearing clothes is a problem, it's not mine, it's yours.
to me, clothes is like a metaphor of ideals or structures or old ways or conditioning and programming, you know what I'm saying?
Church, state, government,
Everything.
You said layers.
systematic.
Oh,
There's layers to it.
So yeah, the idea that, you know, breaking free of the requirement or the absoluteness of these, whatchamacallits, and, you know, doing your thing that works for you. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you know, we all know this to be true. What's meant for you is meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So just because this person did it a certain way and it worked, don't necessarily mean you copying that blueprint don't get you there. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, you gotta you know, that's kind of like the jewel of growth sometimes if you're paying attention. Problem is some people hop into shit not paying attention, not trying to learn from mistakes, not trying to grow, not trying to evolve. So, you know what I'm saying, shit don't pan out. And they either crap out early or they crap out really or they give up later or whatever. But for others that just, you know what I'm saying, kind of navigate their way, you know what I'm saying, and figure out what their strengths are and then capitalize on that. You know what I'm saying? That just like even with this. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it. Like you probably didn't 8 years ago, probably didn't see yourself doing this. You know what I'm saying? But something took you from this point to this point that exposed you to something else, and you were open to what you saw, which inspired you to say, hey, I could actually this. Actually. You know what I'm saying? But because you were open to the journey and because you were seeking a way, you could take that information in. Not every little kid is open. Not every little kid is soaking it in. So when you see the ones that are, it's refreshing. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of them that ain't.
It's dangerous, but think about the base also too of it. You're not watching. There's not a coping mechanism for these emotions.
For
right?
their feelings, yeah.
There's a Neanderthal style, if we want to label it, right? Based upon that same exact theory, right?
Yeah.
That there's a new savagery. There's a disconnection to empathy, compassion, feeling, life value type shit. You know what I'm talking about? So that's the thing. Real quick.
They desensitized too.
So 100%.
Because of that screen, the amount of being able to consume shit so much, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's in audio form, whether it's in your game, whether it's in videos, whether it's in viral videos of other shit, there's so many ways for it to just be normalized
and reminders that what the fuck we're talking about is bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, reminders of how education is not where it needs to be, because it's the same models as we've been saying it, but we say it out loud now where everybody hears the conversation, right? That's police and all that, government, right?
That's the one good thing about this time, as far as
the gift and the curse of
it. The curse of it is because now we can voice those things, but there's a lot of fucking voices. And there's a lot of shit drowning out. There's a lot of distractions.
And then the mental health aspect of not knowing where to go and the spinning when you get to places and you're not used to seeking guidance or having guidance, and you get to a place where you don't and you need guidance. How crazy that's really gonna bubble into. Where you probably shoot up some motherfuckers like it ain't shit. You see what I'm saying?
You don't know how to deal with your feelings.
So check it. We're talking about shooting light, but kind of not a heavy, but a real situation. Check this out. I was young. I went to a house party, right? I think it was like Park Hill, right? This is my perspective, right? I went to a house party. I believe it was in Park Hill. Back in the day, we're like, because I lived on the east side at the time, where I walked to the party from the east side of Park Hill. And honestly, if you went to parties in Park Hill, you know, honestly, they were the funnest, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the neighborhoods at the time, you know what I'm saying? That's why we walked over there. and went to those parties. I went to a party, I believe again it was in Park Hill. And you know, everybody does what they do, have a good time in the party, dance. You got the one leg up. Y'all remember the times like two, right? Come on, right? We're talking about real grinding. Like they talk about would they get nasty? No, if you wasn't, you could say hold a girl with two legs up or one leg up. You feel me? So I come from that era. Jay come from that era.
You see him, he was like,
Yeah, he come from that era. Matt come from that era. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You come from that era.
House party.
So check it. You feel me? I don't know. You know, so check it. So, you know, so anyways, that era, that house party style, right? To where everybody spilled out in the streets after the after party of a club. You spill out to the streets in front of the club, right? You spill out to the streets in the middle of the fucking neighborhood. Kicking it, chopping it up. It is what it is, right? In a scenario, bah, 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 right? I don't know how many shots, but this is my perspective. This is my view, right? Somebody gets shot, okay? And I remember everybody running and being, you know what I'm saying, and taking off. And I remember me and being delayed in my running because of pride, and also I was that dummy, like, hit your shots, you know, type shit, and then I'll go. You know what I mean? Because I want to run on my terms.
right.
Come on, ignorant shit. Listen, I've healed since then. Okay. But it was one of them cases, right? To where I was able to actually see who got shot, right? And in my remembrance, and this is just my remembrance, I remember the kid being shot, but called my name. And he was just like, TUXX, I've been shot. And I'm like,
How you know my name?
first off, why are you calling my name?
That's what I said.
Right? Like we're all like I didn't come with you,
Right.
and we cool because we cool. Like we feel it, you know what I mean? We're not kicking it like that over each other's house at that time, you know what I'm saying? But we cool because we know each other, because cliques know each other, and who's the top, you know, the folks in the areas who had names right at the time, right? Am I fair to say that, right? If everybody say and understand the time period, right? And I didn't go help him. I didn't go help him. I actually seen him, and he actually held his wound, and he got out of harm's way. We all got out of harm's way. But I didn't help him, right? Because I was basically like behind a car, wherever I was at. I don't remember exactly. I remember I was at least ducking from the shots, right? And this shit always sat with me. Sat with me so much that I wrote a song. Because I was a rapper back then, at the time I'm talking about. I wrote songs back then, you know what I'm saying? And I wrote a real, like, song about the whole situation. Like, when I used to tell stories, when everybody used to tell stories and they rap, Logic style story raps, you know what I'm saying? If you know who Logic is, Damon, shout out to you for being one of the best storytellers in the music. It's one of my best stories ever told, right? And I got a lot of kudos about it, but I always held that, right? Like, I didn't go help him, right? That kid was mad.
I was just about to stop you before that.
The kid was mad.
Yeah, man.
The kid was mad.
Yep.
Whoa.
So I let
Yeah,
I
no,
get my perspective now?
yes, no, that's
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So September 11th.
I need more.
September 11th, 1998.
Talk that shit. 98. I didn't even know the year.
I wasn't at the party.
Okay.
So somebody I was dealing with, she had just gotten an apartment in Greeley at UNC. Asked me to come help her put some things together, kind of kick it up there for the weekend. And I was on my way, stopped and got me a 40, and had homeboy Earl with me, and pager go off. He tell me, hey, can you stop and pick up my brother, friend? Drop him off at this party, 36 and 4s. Said, yeah, no doubt. Go pick them up, get to the party. I'm not from that side. And I saw a lot of people that made me uncomfortable. So I get out the car, told them, taking y'all back home. And right then, everybody spill out from the party. And motherfuckers got their shirts off. I'm in the middle because I knew a couple other people. And chill. I grabbed them. I grabbed Earl. Start walking. Fight break out. I turn around. I got hit in the face with a pole. And everybody that know me know I ain't no fighter. I stay out the way. Right as I kind of covered my face, I came to. I seen him running down 36, and I walked his ass down half a block, and had him on the ground, hitting him. Pulled out his pistol. I had no idea. First shot hit me, muffled. He put it right on my stomach. Second shot, I must have moved or something. Second shot cracked loud. I said, well, I ain't got no gun, so it's time for me to get out of here. Got up. Started running. Go to my friend's brother, his friends. I'm asking them, y'all all right? And they looking at my shirt and smoking. And so I took my shirt off, and it looked like a grazed one. It was just like all gunpowder, and just looked like charcoal on my stomach. I started brushing it off, realized there was a hole in there. I stuck my finger in there. So the dudes that we was into it with was across the street. I ran right back over there and started shit right back up. And then finally my adrenaline ran out. I started kind of staggering in the street, but I didn't want them to see me fall in the street. I said, man, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die in the bush. And I seen TUXX. I said, TUXX. They hit me.
I didn't even know his name at that time.
Yeah, we barely knew each other. We knew each other through Black Rain, Q Burst, Scooby, and them, but we didn't really know each other. I just knew TUXX is an easy name to remember. And I just seen a familiar face. And he looked scared. We talked about it.
Yeah.
We was kids, man. He looked scared. Dropped in the street. They drugged me. Some girls drugged me to the grass, and then I was in the hospital for a little over a month. But I want to say this. Coming through that, how I did, it just shows the person that you are. Because when we ran into each other, back when the kids was playing football, we talked about it, and it was a genuine apology. See, some people would be like, "Oh, nah, man, fuck it." You know what I'm saying?
That was like 10 years later, dude. I held that, bro.
Yeah.
Might have been longer than that.
It's probably longer than that. It's probably about 15.
Yeah. I didn't know the nigga like that. I didn't know his name, but he knew mine. Like, TUXX, I've been here, and I just like.
I didn't realize I just kept my finger in my stomach.
You feel me? You feel me? Yeah. This wasn't scheduled, y'all. This is real shit.
Yeah.
This is like, I didn't even.
And then to find out,
you see, I didn't even know they brought it.
K-Tone was there. It was a lot of people there, man.
Yeah.
Because I remember
It was Park Hill's finest. It was a Park Hill party. 36 and 4. I want to say, was that Bruce's crib?
It was in front of Bruce. I tried to make it there.
It was Bruce's crib?
But the party wasn't there.
Okay.
I tried to make it there.
Okay.
To get to Gerald Wright. Because I knew Gerald.
Please get him out. Please get Bruce out. Way the fuck about time.
For real.
The fuck. Sorry, go ahead.
Gerald. I tried to get to Gerald and Miss Penny. Because I knew if I got there, I'd be safe. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
I tried to get there to get to them.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, I hit y'all with that one over the head, huh?
When you started talking, my heart started. I was like, hold on, man. Where are we going with this?
Where we go? Yeah, I come over here with that one. That one always hit me. That one was That was tough for me.
I could tell when we talked.
Yeah.
I think it was way heavier for you than it was for me.
Because I
let it go.
I always believe in those situations. I would be the one, right? And I was in the situation young. You feel me?
And you wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready, bruh. I wasn't ready. I'm the leader of my little crew. We teenagers. I'm that dude in the. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got this type shit. And when it was, I didn't know him, but that didn't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? He knew my name. You feel me? In that moment, I just froze, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah. Crazy. You don't know what you're gonna do until it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Look at mine. Look at mine.
Shit,
Did
look.
you hear me
Look, I'm
talking
there.
shit about him? You hear me?
I'm there.
I was listening. I was
I
like,
started like, damn, you left him like that.
and I was sitting there like that, right?
I'm
You
still
hear me?
stuck in that
Yeah.
part. I'm
Like,
still-
Yeah.
Tux, I didn't know you was gonna say that person was mad. I was about to stop you and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, man," and then I was going,
Nah, that's real shit. I still look. It's still here.
"Ah, bro."
You feel me? Like it's real. Like that was like, woof. You know what I mean? You know my heart. You know where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
No.
well, I'm glad.
You know, it's you know, there's a lot of we all, you know, like it's all a form of PTSD.
Oh shit, nigga.
Bruh.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
100%,
And like,
bruh.
and
I
you know,
I appreciate.
I realize
real
that
shit.
a lot of us have, you know, that have been through a lot of traumatic shit growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bit of survivor's remorse. You know what I'm saying? That comes with, because like I don't, you know.
You from the military? With that background,
From
understanding that and knowing that.
I get it,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying. I was also here in the '90s. You know, you know what I'm saying. And so you know you know there's a lot of loss. You know what I'm saying. There's a lot of death. You know what I'm saying. There's you know like you know,
Right.
and it's like that's another thing. We're not really. We don't know. We were never taught how to deal with so much grief. You know what I'm saying? We just go numb, and we try to self-medicate in other ways.
Right.
But once you know what, but from 14 and 15 years old, when your friends start dying off from 14 and 15 years old on through your life, there's no.
You don't know how there's no preparation.
No,
you feel me, right?
Right. You just go into survival mode.
You kind of
know what I'm
take
saying?
on moments. You take on energies. That too. You feel me? Depending on how. So that's how I became. Honestly, it started younger than that, but that definitely was a part of how I became so coarse. You see what I'm saying? So, person like that's just like. There is no time to waste. There is no energy to waste, right? Figuring out how important energy is and relationships are, you know, so that gives kind of some insight on my growth period and getting a really early lesson of that shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but into the shooting, so Jewy called me. I know he wants to talk about it. He might be mad if he hears me, right? Jewy called me the other day. After the shooting of Jacob, his last name, I'm sorry. Anybody know? Please. Blake. Jacob Blake. Okay. My nigga Jewy called me to say, basically he need to talk to Uncle TUXX. Not Uncle TUXX in the sense of Uncle TUXX of some type of, but in the sense, I need raw you.
Yeah.
I need you. I need you to answer this question without no bias, no nothing, no bullshit. Okay? What'd I say?
Yeah, he told you he needed raw you.
So check this out. Check this out.
That's my nigga though. That's my nigga, but I'm just helping.
Look at. What my nigga Big Crit say, right? You're a Big Crit fan, right?
I fuck with Crit.
Right? You fuck with Crit.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I fuck with Crit.
Right? Crit your peoples.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Crit also said, nigga, I don't feel niggas. They don't need the pause. Okay? All right.
I said it too.
Okay? Okay? don't feel these niggas any fucking way. And there's no need for pause.
That wasn't for you though.
I don't feel these niggas or nobody anyway. No need for pause.
I hear you. What I said was that really wasn't
That
for
fucking
you.
shit don't run with me.
It runs with me because I
It's
think
Uncle
the shit's
Tux.
funny
You
as
deal
fuck.
with that.
It is funny.
That's societal bullshit.
You know, goddamn, well, that shit was funny, man. Fuck what you talking about. He knew it was
That
funny.
shit threw me.
He knew the shit was funny.
Rescue
I told
and
Jay, that shit was just, I'm listening to you because you my nigga Tux. When
I heard you,
When he
guys.
said Jew, he said,
My
give it
ears
to me
don't just
raw.
frame my
I
face.
said, goddamn, Jew,
He got her
cut it
all
out. Relax.
I'm gonna knock everything over in this hole. I'm gonna knock everything over in this hole.
We too juvenile for that
Man.
shit, Tux. You know that,
I'm the
bro.
most childish motherfucker.
So the nigga called me up.
I ain't gonna lie.
What he tell you?
The nigga called me up. He asked me about the Jacob. Look at y'all laughing during the Jacob Blake segment.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Why did you do that right now?
You just had Midas laughing at me at my lowest point. What you talking about?
You know damn well that ain't your lowest point. You done had
That
bitches
shit-
since then.
That shit was low. Hey, when
You done had failures since. You done had some failures since then.
That'd be way worse. Closer to death.
Oh, shit. You are dumb.
You ain't saying that because they were self-inflicted wounds. We get that.
Yeah.
Okay? We ain't finna get. We all got some self-inflicted wounds that are like, God damn.
Yeah, I do.
But he asked me this.
Yeah.
He said, bro, how do you really feel about shooting? And I knew exactly
Where he was going with it.
who the part of my personality he was talking to. And I told him straight up. I said, first thing I said was, he's an idiot. Okay? There's still more pieces to it. I said, he's an idiot. Okay. We started off the conversation, we started saying a couple of things first. Before there was a real, in a sense, not understanding, but just, we got it all out. Right? There's a couple gestures, right? Out of all gestures that are really, really detrimental. Okay?
Pulling his shorts up.
Is to pulling shorts up. No, pulling shorts up is more fighting. There's the under the, to put your hand under the, right? Whether you got it or you don't.
That happened?
It was
Right? Hold on. Hear me out. Let me
Did
finish.
that happen?
Well, hear me out. Let me finish. Right?
okay.
There's the you know, there's one here, right? You're sitting there in the crowd or whatever, there's one here, right? It's hostile. If you got it, you don't.
Yeah.
Right? There's to go to the trunk, right? Who's by the trunk with the key open? There's a gesture there like, y'all can make it happen if you want to, right? Fair?
I'm gonna let you finish.
Yep. Seen that
Please.
before.
I'm gonna let you
This is open. This is
Because
all
you might answer
discussion,
some
right?
questions for me.
And then there's a gesture
walk into the car.
when you reach in the car,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? There's a
There's a time and a place for that.
Right. Hold on. Before you get there though, there's also a walk, right?
That's what I said.
There's also a walk.
It was a walk
There's a walk that
that looks.
kind of signifies like,
I have a purpose.
Like,
okay,
fuck y'all.
okay,
No,
okay, hold
fuck y'all.
on, okay. There is a stroll, okay? There is that. Hold on, I'm not finished, hold on.
I'm done.
I know you are.
I'm done.
I know you are.
I'm
This is
done.
no jive. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. It's supposed to tickle.
All right.
It's supposed to tickle a little bit.
A lot of it.
It's supposed to tickle a lot of bit when I talk. In those situations, okay, these are laws. These are like real, like in terms of laws and community. There's a decision to be made with those gestures.
True.
Is that just fair? Is that
Yes.
just fair to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There are choices
There are choices,
that can.
and there are decisions of mannerism too as well. That was my rebuttal. Dewey hit me, said, you know what? He said, Tux, would you ever go to a block that you know is full of Pyro blood sitting outside and just wear blue and walk through and, you know, understand how certified, especially if you knew they were the biggest gang in the world, the most notorious gang in the world, the most dangerous, criminal, corrupt gang in the world, would you just walk me there with a balloon?
Wouldn't be wisest.
It wouldn't be your wisest.
You couldn't be surprised at the outcome.
There's a few decisions you could have made prior.
Yes.
Right?
What if you are walking?
Hold on. Everybody gets thinking, because this is a big one.
Right.
This is a big one. But I want you, hold on. There's a subject and a predicate.
Right.
I'm getting to the predicate.
Right.
Okay. And that is this. There is no reason nobody, number one, this is a few things that I hate about the situation. Okay. Based upon that, no matter what. There's three trained officers, any type of feeling of threat or whatever. There should be ways to diffuse a situation, but that is the last option that you should have, is actually shooting somebody, especially in the back, but shooting somebody, period. Okay? Number one.
Period. You outnumbered.
I wish that was the narrative, right?
You outnumbered this man.
Right.
There was no there was no
threat of anything.
Option.
You have been trained, and this is your situation of combat. And as officers, there are three of y'all. One of him, no matter what the gestures are in the situation is, right? You're trained to do this. Secondly, you shoot a man in his back, nigga, as close as I am
while
to
you're
this
holding
fucking
him.
wall.
While you're holding him,
You shoot a man in the back as an officer, certified and took an oath, right? So there's no justification for that murder, right? There's no, because that's murder. That's murder. Real shit. Real shit. And then there's three other, come on, man. Like, if he could hire me as a lawyer and I'd get him off. There's no way in the world that should have happened, period, point blank. But then there's always the however. That's why I set it up like that, because there's perspectives, right?
Yep.
You know, you'll see somebody smacking their face walking on the street one day, and you're on the 6th floor looking at it, and you see somebody who's smacking their face walking by, and you're like, babe, you see this nigga is crazy.
Let me go.
Right?
Let me
Hold on, real quick.
Okay.
And here's the end of it. This is the end of it.
All right.
But actually, you could have just walked through a spider web. You see what I'm saying? Or you could have got stung by a bee.
Oh, okay. The person.
Perspective is major. Perspective is really, really, really important. You know what I'm saying? In that shit, and telling narratives of stories. Well, go ahead.
That's kind of what I was going to talk about. And the way you put it, which I hadn't had a chance to describe it, because to be honest with you, I won't watch it. So at some point, it just begins to be a little detrimental to my own health. To keep watching this shit every day, okay?
Yeah, right.
So I refuse to watch it, bro.
Right.
Like, and at some point I stomach it. I believe him, but like you said, let's talk about the whole story of what went on and what's going on. So, and I don't know, and y'all can help me with it from what I know. Maybe let's do that, man, right? So you know the whole story? You know that you guys are familiar with the whole story,
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm saying that not being funny, because I'm not. When I tell my part, y'all correct me if I'm wrong to see if I heard this right or not. So I hear that he stops his car, okay, to break up a fight. Not true?
He was dropping off birthday present for his friend's child.
Okay.
Had his 3 kids in the van with him.
In the car though.
In the
So
car.
he stops the car and hops out of the car, bro, right?
Yep.
To go and deliver these presents.
Mhm.
Okay.
And leave.
Leave.
That's the
And
plan.
leave.
Drop
Okay.
off and go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he gets to go and he drops off whatever he has to drop off. Does he still have the package in his hand?
Why are the police?
No. That's what I'm getting to, Jay. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to see.
From what I know,
So he comes back out.
is.
I'm just trying to set up the situation to see how.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
That's what I do for a living.
Yeah.
I gotta get everything in the
Set
middle
it
so
up
I can
and
know
end
how to
it.
get to it.
Yeah.
So when he leaves and drops off the present, that's when he encounters this fight going on. Am I right, you
That's
guys?
from what I'm getting.
Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm hearing.
So on his way.
So on his way
back to the
no,
car.
or not even then. He doesn't get to the car yet.
He doesn't get to the
obviously,
car.
because the police pull up in time. Is that because
He's breaking it up.
but they don't know that. They just
don't.
hear it's
They
a fight in the middle of the. Now, no justification. So
I know
don't
what you're
start
saying.
DMing me shit. Y'all.
I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm not.
Don't read the comments.
I'm just I'm trying to hear what's going on, y'all. But it's true, right? So he leaves the altercation, right? And then when I see him next, is the one part I did hit see was his walk to the car.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And we all from the hood. And we know what a walk to the car means, right? So I want to know when people tell me, because I heard that part too. And when we are around law enforcement, the quickest thing for us to do is get the fuck away from law enforcement, okay?
Right.
But if they don't know what's going on and they hear about an altercation and he's now walking to the car as they're asking him questions or trying to talk to him, okay? Is that what we're talking about? That's what Julie was talking about, right?
That's what we've seen, but
right.
sonically
Hold on, keep going.
there's no audio for
Matt, but that's what I'm
Keep
trying
going,
to
keep going.
I'm just trying to present it.
And we didn't see what happened.
Because you guys said it was TUXX said, is that true that he reached in the car?
He opened the door.
He opened the door.
He opened the door, and whether
He leaned in.
he just leaned in it. Because if you open the door and you're trying to, you don't know. That's the thing, and that's the fuck.
Well, that's a problem for me.
That's the fucked up part.
With the officer.
Hold on, but he
And the
didn't just
officer-
lean in. He didn't lean. It wasn't lean in to sit down.
That's what I want to know.
No.
It was a lean in like this.
Oh.
I don't think he went that low.
That's when he grabbed his shirt up. That's what I
don't
took.
think-
Because the cop was pulling him to keep him from going in the car.
Okay.
And shooting him.
Here's my
So I
problem.
don't
Here's
know.
my issue.
It's crazy.
Here's my issue with it. Posture, how he was walking, all of that. I don't give a fuck about. Because I feel that these officers, they go through this training to use discretion, okay? Giving what's going on. There's 3 babies in that car. This man did not look like he was about to unload on a whole fucking crowd. And if that's how you feel, why are you up on him? He kept grabbing that dude. He kept, all of us right now, if somebody, it don't matter if it's the fucking Pope or the police, if you on my ass and you grabbing me, I'm gonna feel away.
No, I get that.
So my thing is for the officer's safety.
Right.
The officer's safety. If you are up on somebody and they reaching in the car, you shouldn't be up on them.
Okay.
Back up, assess the situation, see what's going on. That's my point of view. I think this
You
is.
have a CCW?
He followed him to the car.
No.
You got
No.
a conceal?
He followed
Anybody
him
got
to
a
the
conceal?
door.
Anybody got a concealed
He
carry?
followed him around.
No, what I want to know is this though. You got one? Oh, okay. So I want to know. I want to know though. You get into it with a dude that's on you, right? And I'm gonna set this scenario up where I'm not disrespecting you, but disrespecting you a little bit so I can set it up. Okay? All right. He pulls up to the club and you walking out with a new dude. Bitch, what you doing here? Okay? He got his pistol out. Okay? No. He doesn't. He's very menacing though to whoever Sophie's with and this other dude. Okay? All right?
Okay.
So I was going back and forth. Man, I'm not even worried about you, Val, but the situation is escalating. Okay? Now, his walk to the car is either I'm pissed off, I'm leaving, fuck her, or fuck her. I'm going to the car to do what I have to do, right? And we're reading it. Of course, when you're law enforcement, you have to think different because you hold people's lives in your hand and all that. But what does she do? Does she wait when he gets to the car when he's fumbling in there, right? Or is she going to pull I'm just trying to set it up though.
Yeah.
She, you know what I'm saying? She come from the club. She been here before. There's obviously a reason why she got a concealed carry in the first place, right? I'm going through that, right?
She probably
He's walking to the thing and he's moving with a purpose. I know the purpose walk. TUXX, you seen the purpose walk, right?
No, I know the purpose. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Jay.
That's the walk I seen now, but I'm not gonna act like it ain't.
That's what I was like.
Remember
Not to
that wasn't my justification.
That's not what he said. He just setting up.
Yeah.
We setting up at the beginning
it.
just to see where it took place. As if anything else, I'm always say he could tase him.
And we don't know.
tased him.
We all don't know what was going on, what was being
so
said.
Right.
So
And he doesn't strike me as a man that's going with his 3 kids to drop off a birthday present, stop and break up a fight, and then all of a sudden I'm about to shoot it out with the fucking police with my kids there, and I'm gonna go to my van where my kids are.
Okay.
How do they know
Okay,
that?
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
But that's where the discretion comes in.
Let us speak.
My fault.
Okay,
My fault.
but even me that I feel like I have experienced like a place where I feel like I had to defend myself, I still, no matter what, would not have to shoot somebody 7 times in order for me to feel like I'm good now.
In the back.
In the back. That was
Well,
excessive.
the back is mandatory. That's up top. That's like breathing air. Like you don't shoot nobody in the back. That's just common sense. But for people that that have the common sense, then it's more like, okay, why? Unless you have some type of hate in your heart, or there's something that you feel that deep that you have to take it out, like it gives you a thrill, like it fulfills something that you're missing. To shoot someone 7 times, it is murder. You enjoy it, and you feel because you have that badge, nothing's gonna happen to you. So then, why would you gonna stop? Who's gonna stop you?
Not the union.
And I don't even know if that's really was. I don't even know if that's really was the thinking in it. I think it was one of them white boys that's
Scared of a nigga.
Scared as fuck.
It's fear.
Y'all ready?
Right?
Y'all ready for this?
So you put them in. So you put them in
About to
that
put some layers
situation.
back.
Okay.
The police,
Some
there's a
layers
lot
in.
of scared cops, and a scared cop is gonna kill you.
It's
Yeah.
gonna kill you. In the
Yeah.
A scared cop is gonna kill
I'm
you.
gonna peel some layers back.
But don't.
peel some layers back.
One time, just one.
No.
Please let you finish.
Yeah.
No, y'all can continue. Go ahead.
But please don't do that. He got family, he got 3 kids. Obviously, he wasn't. I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
Nah, man.
When it's me, if I'm a cop, which I'm not, though, okay? If I'm a cop, my job is to get home to my family. I don't know what the fuck
He
you're
was
doing.
trying to get to his car.
I know it's a
Yes.
melee. How do I know what you're trying to get?
That's why
Because he
you're
never said-
trained to de-escalate and to use discretion.
No, right. Until you start going to the car, and that's what he said. If he gets in the car like
He on
this,
his back though. He can't even. Okay.
he said that. I didn't watch it. Y'all
He
telling me
followed
this
Fair
story.
enough.
He followed him.
He followed him
around
on his
the car.
heels.
Right.
How can you
So
tell?
he
Midas,
kept walking.
if I got right behind you right now
Right.
on your shit,
Right.
I'm not gonna be able to see to make a
What you're
conscious
doing.
decision
What
to
you're
shoot
doing.
you in the back 7 times.
let me
That's
say
why I
this.
said
No, all that is fucked up. But what I'm saying is this on some street shit. We take away the cop shit.
Midas, you
We
didn't
take
watch
away
it. Let
us
me
on
hold
the
on.
shit.
Midas, you
Well,
didn't
he
watch
didn't
it. Let
watch
me
it.
give you a piece. Just
Okay.
that.
All right.
Let me give you a piece.
All right.
Yeah.
The whole time.
He walked all
They're
the
telling
way
him.
around the
So let me take. No, this is what I'm telling you.
Okay.
That was the
You see-
point I'm
you see, I
trying to
gave you a
make.
reason,
And that
right?
was the point I
I'm
was trying
listening.
to
I'm
make.
paying
You
attention.
see what I'm going with this, right?
Pay attention.
Matt has his glamour on me. Okay?
no.
No, listen to me. I gotta give it. I gotta put it that way to just to set it up, though, so you understand what's going on. Though. Matt has his glamour on me, and he's telling me to stop. Not Matt the cop, Matt the Matt. You hear what I'm saying? Regular ass Matt, and he got his glamour on me. What? Nigga? Hold up, homie. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm walking to the car at the time. Matt got his glamour on me. What am I dumb enough to do? I'm not walking to the car just to try to get in the car. I got something waiting on Matt. That's the thinking that I'm saying. I'm just saying me. I don't know if y'all thinking a different way, but I know when that heat get pulled and I'm gonna keep walking, I ain't
He's
stop
not a
checking.
regular civilian.
No.
So that's the
That's
thing,
the
though.
difference. That's
The difference is that
all that was fucked up.
because I do
The shooting the
understand
back,
it.
all that shit.
Because
But
none of that shit is warranted at the end of the day,
Right,
right?
it's
So
not.
I set it up to at least give some points, but still, it's not warranted at the end of the day. However, there is some accountability that does have to be thrown.
yeah.
So let me say it this way. Let's take a few layers back, right? What should have happened, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. You have more military, in the training of the sense is that they should have went through some training of diffusing the situation.
Yes.
Especially if it's somebody with a knife, right? Because that's what they rumored on. And I don't want to go on, because all I want to talk about is facts. I'm not sure if the knife was confirmed or his charges.
They said it was in the car,
I didn't.
though. Never pulled.
I didn't confirm that.
The situation, he volunteered the knife information to them prior to even going to the car.
So saying I got a knife, basically, I'm gonna go put it back.
No,
That's basically what it could be?
No, I think he just said there's a knife in the car.
Why would you say that?
Okay, but hold on.
Just being,
That's a fact,
because
still, that doesn't
But how
change.
dumb are you to run up on
Yeah.
somebody with a knife?
But check it,
It's
check
not a
it.
fact though,
Hold on.
not 100%.
Right.
Why would he say
I don't
that
know.
though? Why would he say that?
I don't know,
But that doesn't change. That doesn't change. That doesn't change. It
Unless
doesn't
they
change.
asked, is there anything weapons in the car? And he said, no, there's just a knife in there.
Right, and I get it, right?
You know
Whatever
what I'm
he
saying?
could have said it, should have said it, whatever it is, right? Well, let's paint that picture then.
It still
Okay.
wasn't a gun.
No, right. Let's paint that picture. Let's paint this picture. Okay? We're talking about dude basically. Let me get this right. All right. I don't want to say it wrong.
Me neither.
So I don't want to say it wrong. So ideally, perfect world situation,
Right.
right? Let's not even go there. Just regular situation, a police officer is supposed to have about at least maybe 3. If I'm not giving them credit, at least 3 different ways to defuse somebody.
Yes,
Right?
They should.
Right?
Yeah.
At least 3.
Tase, mace.
At least one.
Why can't
At
you
least
talk
one.
to a motherfucker?
Right? You feel me? Right?
Or, I mean, it was how many on scene?
There was, I believe there was 3.
There was 2 or 3.
I believe there was 3 that could have been active in the situation.
And then so the loose one was
Yeah.
the one walking, following him.
Yeah, and they was following him, trailing him. So there's at least
They
3.
So
But
like, he
listen to
could
what y'all
he could have
saying,
put the
though.
gun away and they.
No,
I got
check
a
it.
knife in the car and you
Hold
moved
on,
to go
check
to the
it.
car without
Check
stopping?
it, check it. Hold on, I'm gonna go a couple layers down.
It sounds bad.
I gotta go a couple layers
What?
over
It
because
sounds bad.
it does. But here's where I'm going with it.
He could just be being transparent because he's scared.
Right. He could have been.
Like,
just,
yes,
he could have
officer, I
volunteered.
just want you to know, like,
I have that. He
I
could have
have
been
that just
volunteering
like,
the information, and he could have been just
Philando
trying to
Castile.
leave.
He
Yeah.
was transparent.
Yeah,
I
and
have
got
a
shot.
weapon in the car and was murdered. That could have
Fear.
been his rationale. We don't
doesn't
know if
matter,
him
though.
or his rationale.
See, this is where I'm getting to. This is what I'm getting to. Because all the stuff. That's why I'm cutting y'all off only because there's a layer under that, right? That I really believe we can all agree on, right?
That right now ain't the time to be doing.
No. The cops should have at least 3 diffusions, right? To get there.
At least.
At least. Right? There's 3 of them there.
De-escalation.
The de-escalate, whatever it is.
No.
whatever it is.
I
Right,
wanna
go
know.
ahead. Yeah.
I want to know what the options were.
There should be a
Know what the options were.
de-escalation. There should be like the negotiator style,
Taser, mace,
taser, mace,
rubber bullets.
billy club,
Shit.
tackle, the spear,
Okay.
Tackle.
right?
Tackle, tase, deep.
Okay.
There's 3 of them.
Okay.
Tackle, tase,
Right.
something.
So,
Okay.
but that's ideal,
Ideal.
Right.
Everything ain't ideal.
right?
out there.
Right?
Everything-
Hold on, we're going to it. That's in a
everything ain't
perfect
ideal.
world, right?
Right.
Right.
Oh, no, hold on. This is one thing you can't
I'm
deny.
listening. I'm listening.
That is America,
Facts.
okay? Right?
Get facts.
Facts? That's
I
America,
won't buck.
okay? That's
Yeah.
America,
Yeah.
okay? So, with that being said, right? No layers. We're in America, okay? Cops kill niggas. It's not right, right? It's not right at all. There's been slaves, all types of bullshit, right? Here's the twist,
I see what you said.
right?
Talk to him.
Here's the twist.
Okay.
I don't want to focus too much on that too, but rest in peace. I mean, it's glad they survived. I don't know what's gonna come out of that, but we'll continue to talk. We can still pull layers,
And
but
uncuff that man.
uncuff
Shit.
that man.
Uncuff that
Uncuff-
man.
Fuck that man.
But again,
What the fuck is y'all doing
but again,
out
is that a
here, man?
surprise in America,
Man,
man?
it ain't a surprise. It's
Matt, is that a surprise
it's
in America?
not a surprise at all.
Right?
Not at all.
Watch how I twist this on y'all, right?
You done threw the whole motherfucking
Watch how I twist this on y'all.
The chubby check
Okay.
on us all night. Shit.
Yeah,
come
I
on.
have, haven't I?
Come with it.
Right?
Shit.
Watch how I twist this on y'all, right? So, and that's just real thinking, right? America, kind of what do you expect? It's not a surprise. To us, it's not, whoa, no, not us, not America, not the police.
Right.
It's another one.
It's another one, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's almost so normalized to where we just kind of it's just like, yep, saw that happen.
I mean, almost it's been normalized.
It is, but
That's what I grew up with.
it don't take, man,
Right.
it don't take the hurt away when you start hurting for that family.
When you
start hurting for that family.
I was segueing towards another twist. Okay? Hold on. I was segueing towards another twist.
I think it's because of
You about to
technology.
drop the what was that shit? The annexation of Puerto Rico.
We're consuming it a lot often. We're seeing this shit.
Like, I feel like a lot of this stuff has been happening, but then technology gave us a view of like what has been, you know what I mean?
Technology enabled us to see it. It's been happening, for sure.
But it's been really happening.
So did we improve because of technology, or did we improve the technology?
We improved the technology.
That's what I'm saying? Was it because of
I don't
technology?
think we
took it and made it what we had to make it, though. That's the kids. That goes back to the kids where we was talking about earlier with the Snapchat and social media. Because they keep finding a way around everything.
We create what the level is of success and what that bar is. Okay. So what you're saying is we create the technology.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It would have to be because we do create what the allowance or with the cheering on of what is an accomplishment, right? So we create those bars. I'm gonna fuck y'all up with this next piece, right? Mental health, huge, right? How do you feel about mental health? Big, just real quick, like, is it?
I'm a dude that suffered from depression. My mom suffered from depression. Her mom suffered from depression.
Mental health. Where you at, Jude?
Affects more people than it don't.
Damo, over there on the boards, they don't see you, but you the guy who's running the whole shit, Dr. Dre over there. How you feel about mental health? What the importance of just what you feel when I say mental health?
It's a very important issue, especially in our community.
PTSD. How about yourself, Matt?
Oh yeah, I suffer from PTSD.
So far?
Definitely experienced it.
Yeah. So, is it fair to say every human being has mental health issues?
In some way, shape,
I
or
would say
form.
almost.
In some way, shape, or form.
It would seem.
Yeah, and it just depends on the interpretation.
Yeah, and the experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got different experiences that,
It's so untapped territory because everybody has some sort of mental health issue that you don't even know how to gauge it, right? But we can say that everybody has some sort of mental health issue, so to speak, right? Right? So with that being said, what if giving a creature like that, a being like that, the power of being an officer, okay? What mentally could that trigger? Why is it so rampant in, is it the power? Is there something because we have, talking about that shit. Is there something about mental health and, I'm just letting it go. I'm letting it go because I know it's this nigga shit. I wouldn't know what to expect. But he got a new sound effect for his phone every day. So I knew it was that instantly. Right? So, and if y'all can hear it, it's because I'm talking about that shit. Oh, it's gonna end. It gotta end, right? It's an everlasting ring.
It's like Granny's house?
Oh, you want me to hit the
Can you hand it to me?
This nigga got the shit like, you gonna answer me. You gonna answer me. All right, so it's a situation where it's like, okay. See, I don't even know where I was at now. Mental health. Okay, so given the power to folks like humans that have human mental health issues, and given that power, could we let police off the hook
They already do.
Hold on.
Due to the stress of the job.
Due to the power they're giving to somebody with them many mental health issues.
No.
At the end of the day, no. But they're failing the officers by not providing more ways for them to cope with the shit that they deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I just say that just on some vet shit, right? Like, everybody ain't built for the job, but you are trained the same. You know what I'm saying? And yes, after seeing certain shit, after being around certain shit, everybody's gonna process and deal with that shit differently. Some people will go into a form of shock and shell shock from it. They may pretend they're okay, but they're back out there kind of shook as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And nobody else fucking knows that you on edge or that, you know, there's these triggers now from this situation that you done been through or whatever. You ain't getting no fucking help, but you back out here in the mix again. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't really can't deal with this shit. So you're either gonna overreact in a situation, not react.
So you have to be trained to deal with that power. Let me at least say this.
You have that
because I before Matt jumps on me, that's not my perspective. Okay, I actually want to respect the person who said it. I'm not going to say it, who their name is, and they know who it is. They actually broke down in tears. Then it surprised me. Not the tears. Not that she used the platform of Facebook, but the perspective was like, I ain't never heard that one before.
What was that?
That the power that it's police need to have the benefit of the doubt because every human has mental health issues, and in a situation where they're given that much power, they cannot handle it with those type of mental health issues.
So I respect that opinion.
I just never heard that before,
it doesn't
bro.
justify what
it
happened.
doesn't justify. And at what point do you go and advocate for yourself and get help?
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you say, hey man, you know, you got a bad tooth, your ass go to the dentist?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have those issues,
Come on, Matt. Hold on, Matt.
Well, people
Hold on. Accountability. Hold on.
Accountability,
self-accountability, and self-fortitude is damn near a fucking disease of not having it in a sense. Okay? And because if it was that simple, okay, there'll be a whole nother world we living in. Right. Because we know what fucks us up, yet we still do it. We know what we do, and that's a habit more than not.
I agree 1000%. And don't do the fucking job.
I get it.
And that's my issue.
Perfect world ideal. We're in America though, Matt.
You don't get a pass for clapping at somebody and hitting them 7 times in the fucking back.
Matt, we're in America. Why don't you? You're in America. Why don't you, Matt?
Come on, man.
Why don't you?
I mean, I agree with you.
What?
Because we are in America.
You're in America. Why don't you, Matt?
I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. But America's gonna let it pass.
No.
Gonna let
You're
it
in
pass.
America. That's the American way, homie.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but you know better. You know better. Everybody in this motherfucker know better. We can't control what happens. We don't have control of the outcomes.
Serenity, the prayer of serenity.
That don't mean we gotta fucking agree with it. That don't mean
the prayer of serenity is what? Give me the power to handle, and I'm paraphrasing, everything I can. Fuck everything else I can't.
I'll leave it at this. Ain't no pass for that shit on my end.
There's not a pass. That comes with you being an American citizen, Matt. Think about that.
Here's the thing. Here's why there ain't no passing. Here's also.
He's doing. He's sick, man.
Here's the other thing. Like the amount of shots was excessive in the sense to where it's hard for him to act like there wasn't aggression in that. Because when we're in that situation facing a judge, they count how many fucking times we squeeze the motherfucking trigger. Mm-hmm. And if we sat here and they say, oh, you stood over him and fucking shot him 6 times, How is that self-defense? You seem pretty fucking angry right here, sir. If it was self-defense, it'd have been pop.
Jude. How long has that been going on, right?
Exactly. It's
When has what you want to go on goes on? Give me a time, please. I'll wait.
When I want to go on, it doesn't work that way.
Right? Or the moralistic way.
Right.
We're in America, homie.
Yeah.
Right? Right? I think there's a real misconception with that, right? I did that on purpose. Be prepared for this all season. I might not even come on weekly. and just be prepared because we just gonna talk. We're gonna talk. You feel me? We're gonna talk all on this show. We're gonna talk.
Just so y'all know, we're all on this show. Just so y'all know, TUXX,
no Jive Live, man.
TUXX has a new show. Uncle TUXX got a new show called The Campus.
It's called No Jive Live because they know me. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it ain't. It is. We could be on here. We could talk. We could do this. But as long as y'all are coming no bullshit, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna pull layers back and talk about all of this shit.
I ain't gonna bullshit.
Real shit. But with that said, here's the last layer, so everybody can go home. Right? Here's the setup. Right? That's all life. You don't need clothes to live. Right? That might be the name of the show. But check it. That's our tagline.
Don't read the comments.
And don't read the comments. Right? Well, check it. But real shit though. Check this out. That's why I believe, as a community, Matt, Jude, Midas, Sophia, Damo, if anybody who knows me knows my little bit of my resume. I've been fully involved in the nonprofit sector, community sector. Really in a strong way, but not really. I don't want to be the face of it, right? And the reason being is because and also folks who know me, I'm in the streets, been in the streets, business platform. I tried a couple things, right? Is that fair to say for people? I don't know these people like that. We didn't come here for that. We're just talking though, but that's fair to say, right? Meaning that I've experienced some shit, right? And in that experience, it at first I used to fight for this term called equity, like being equal. Like we gotta be equitable. I gotta have a fair chance. Why does this motherfucker crack over here, motherfucking gets to start way the fuck over here, and I gotta start here, nigga? I train longer, got more merit, more degree to be way the fuck up there. Not only that, sometimes you told me that if I did all of this, I'd be up there. And I still ain't there, right? I'm not speaking a story that's motherfucking rare, right? I'm speaking something that maybe all of y'all might have experienced just because of a certain pigmentation, right? Right? So, one thing, actually, you kind of testament to this when you made a post today. I'm not gonna go into the post, but I'm gonna go into one thing that I did do when I responded to your post. I brought up dictionary connotations, right?
Yeah.
And definitions of certain terms to kind of push where I was coming from.
We'll set up the post then.
No, because it's not about that.
Okay, all right.
What it's about is this, and we can talk about it if you want to. But what I'm saying is this: there's another term for equity. Come on now, another term for equity. Not just about being equal, but getting to the money. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Another term, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's another definition of equity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? And it deals with building capital and franchising and it right? Getting that dollar. Ownership, right?
Sure.
That's what the equity we should have been fighting for all these fucking years. We've been so busy looking over the other fucking side saying, you know what? Over the last 4 months, I want to get what he's getting. How come I don't got the same fertilizer for my grass? How fucking ridiculous is that? How much time and energy wasted in those avenues when we're in America, the most capitalistic, taking advantage, opportunistic place where people swim over here from Cuba or Haiti with their head above waters in shark-infested water to bounce a dollar. Because they understand that. But us niggas, we here because we want to be equal to this nigga. We want equity. Right? We want equity. Right?
For some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
How fucking dumb is that in America, bro? You want to be equal to these motherfuckers? I don't feel equal to none of these crackers. Oh, mamas. So why the fuck am I going to fight to feel some way I already fucking feel? But I know where I'm at. The place where you take opportunity, take advantage. There's a thin line between opportunists and taking opportunity. Taking advantage and taking advantage. Capitalism and capitalizing. Right? So thin of a line that America is really where it teeter-totters. You can get lost in that shit.
Yeah.
As lost as equity, fighting for equity and fighting for equity. Right?
What did they?
Are you done?
Check it.
No,
Check it. I'll hit y'all with the ending caveat if y'all want to end, but if not, continue.
No.
Y'all want to go? We can do
the
it.
part I wanted to say.
Okay, let's go. We good. No, we good.
Okay, I just wanted to
You know
say
my
this.
shit literal. I'm
Because
telling
they
you
were
straight
telling
up.
them what did our parents tell us? Even you, right? I'm saying our parents. I know your parents told you. What did they tell us was the great equalizer in all of it? What did they tell us was the great equalizer in the world?
We.
We?
Come on.
It is.
I see where you're going.
Money.
No, listen.
Say
What did they say?
equalizer, though.
What is the great
You got a lighter?
When you were little, so-
I'm waiting for that shit to come back to
when you
you.
were little, and maybe they did, maybe they didn't know. You sat down with your grandma, with your tia, with whoever. What did they tell you was the great? That's
You got
right.
anemia?
Niggas out of regions, cuz. Nigga said you tia. Nigga.
That's the aunt.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I know it is.
You sat down with your tia.
So we just gonna start speaking Spanish and shit out of nowhere?
Why not?
Why not?
if you know it.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm asking.
Okay, no.
Oh my gosh, adios míos. Oh my gosh, okay. I'll just callate. See, yeah.
Listen, cause y'all.
I'm all por favor.
Hey.
Please.
What did they know? But honestly though, because I was having this talk with some of my colleagues today because they brought it up. What they told you was the great equalizer when you was coming up was education.
Right.
They told you that if you had a degree, right, and that would stand more, and they fucking lied to us.
Yeah.
And that was my thing, though. They had us on that for 40
You don't need clothes to live.
years, saying, but I mean, that's what they told us, though. It's the same reason why y'all celebrate Christmas
Oh shit,
every
is this
year.
your rap?
No.
Is that your full circle?
No, but
Oh.
that's
The same reason y'all celebrate Christmas every year, right? It's because you were told we celebrate Christmas every year. Niggas gotta understand that's kind of how this shit worked, though. So that's all I was saying. I just like.
it's the condition.
It's always the condition.
always condition.
Yeah.
It's
Where
always
we
the
started
condition.
from. See,
Yeah.
this conversation, is, even though we're everywhere, it's still based. It's still grounded, right? You see, because we actually really do this. It's not a ramble. So, but with that being said, this is where I'm gonna twist it on y'all.
Again.
Here's the final twist. Here's the end.
Final layer.
Here's the final layer.
All right.
Y'all voting and who y'all voting for?
Yeah.
Get to it. Let's start right here with Matthew.
Yes, I'm voting.
No, speak. Actually, matter of fact, please. Where's this camera? Right
Where's
here.
my camera?
Over Damo's head. I need this one here.
Yes.
And again, who you voting for is not as much important as why you're voting.
Okay. So why? Yes, I am voting.
What's wrong?
Why I'm voting? You know, our people went through a lot. Our people went through a lot
Is that important?
to gain voting rights. I remember talking when I was young to John Bowman. Y'all know who John Bowman is?
One of the realest elders we got.
Absolutely. And John was telling me about when he was a kid in Chicago, and black folks were at the voting poll, had to take a test. They passed the test.
The litmus test, right?
Then they passed it.
Hmm?
After they passed it, they would drop a bar of soap in a bucket of water. And they said, if you can tell me how many bubbles are in this bucket of water, you can vote. And John said that he was a kid, and him and his friends would go and throw rocks at the people that were policing the
That'd
voting
killed me
poll.
dead early. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. It's built
And
up that early, and I ain't even there.
But after hearing that, I told myself, I will never not vote. And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's what I teach my kids, and I try to talk to my friends, and that's where I'm at. So yes, I am.
Before I go around, because I still want to go around before I even do my answer, just to kind of jump on your point, right? Is one thing like, and I'm just going to champion your point before I get to my answer instead of getting too deep, is that you're right. The fight to vote and was so, and the reason why there was a fight to vote because it was so important to vote.
Yep.
Right? And when the powers that be realized how important that vote was, they set up so many hurdles and barriers to stop folks from voting, especially BIPOC, okay? And then we were of color able to vote, right? Hold on, it was like 1965 or something around there, right? After that, women had to fight to vote.
Yep.
Because it was so, you see what I'm saying? It wasn't just all of us, women did, right?
Yep.
Then the youth wanted to, because they're going to war at what, 18? Getting murdered, caskets, all that shit at 18. You feel what I'm saying? Right? They had to fight too. Now, what I'm saying is are actually points in history where actually people had to fight. Actually, folks of color, also males, actually, that was just mainly for males, actually, of color at the time. I believe it was around 1965, which ain't too far along, right?
Not too far away.
Right? Too far away. Then it was for women, right? And then it was for youth. Youth, what they did was they were like, well, if we're dying for you, right? Please,
Right.
you could only vote at 21 at that time period. That's when they lowered it down to 18. Because of the importance of vote. That was only to echo kind of your sentiments.
Yeah.
But, Jude, J1, how do you feel about, are you voting and why are you voting?
I will vote. I will vote for multiple reasons. One, you know, it's my right. You know, that's my right. At the end of the day, it's my small voice, and if used right and in an educated manner that makes sense to me, you know what I'm saying? Then you know, me and like-minded voices will do what we feel is right. But as far as a candidate, I don't like our current for a shitload of personal and emotional and psychological reasons. But I have hopped off of the default Democratic plantation as of late. Not meaning I side with the Republicans, but I just don't. I've realized that I just cannot continue to just default to people the way I've grown up. We Democrats type shit. No, without
there's
any,
a new realization,
without any,
right? There's
without,
another layer
without
taken off,
any,
right?
yeah,
There's
without any real justification for this loyalty, concern. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention, understanding how things work at a
like, why the fuck am I dedicated to you?
Right.
If my vote is so important and so
and you just got it off.
why
off
is it
top
that you just
without
got
me
it
even
because we heard we're
understanding?
supposed to,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Yeah, without
Right.
me understanding. And you know, so I've been getting more attuned, I've been trying to pay more attention and unfortunately at the time when it came for me to like really start trying to grasp where the two sides stood versus where my perceptions and my programming and my conditioning was telling me, you know what I'm saying, besides the asshole that's there currently, there may have been semi-conservative points that I would even agree with on the Republican side. Because I honestly feel, which is weird, I have very liberal views, but I feel that that for the most part, people of color, we're very conservative people. You know what I'm saying? Because of
I knew you were kindred to me.
because of family structures and shit that's important to us. We are very conservative natures, though we may think certain things are just right across the board, just on some human shit, and that's where other beliefs and ideas start getting fucking labeled and fucked up. But at the end of the day, there's some shit there that is agreeable if we peel off
What you twisted was like,
bullshit.
damn, like, man, I've been told all my life I'm supposed to be in this democratic category, so to speak, right? That based upon my categorizing, this is my affiliation, right? Like you're born into a gang, right?
Yeah.
But when you realize, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, or when the duck who raised the fucking turtle or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like the turtle's looking around like when it gets a little older, like, wait a minute.
I don't look like
I don't look like these are my values in my life. Something has always been in my pit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a realization period of like, and I only say that because it was on cartoons. We watch TV.
No, but that's
I'm telling the public. We watch TV.
But no,
So,
I mean it's just
but
I agree.
right?
That's real.
Right?
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, man.
Like I don't whatever, but I've pulled myself out of the noise of it, right? Because there's a lot of pandering on this side right now that I'm like, yo, like you doing too much over here, and this shit don't look sincere. And then on this side, you know what I'm saying? They're like low key, like Ply said this shit the other day, man, and it's the realest shit. The Republicans right now are talking to white people as if they scared and pussies, and they playing these motherfuckers' minds on this fear shit that
Talk to me, Joe. Talk to me,
the
Joe.
dark boogeyman gonna come and fuck your life up, and it's just like. I don't personally know no white people that actually walk around terrified of this narrative. But that's the narrative that they're talking over there, and it's just like, that's your angle?
That's it.
I mean, that's your fucking angle. You're playing into every fear stereotype.
Jude, you said one thing well, no, you said a bunch of things. But there's one thing that stood out, man, that you said fucking pandering.
Yeah, fucking Kente.
Okay, so I really, so one thing that I hate, no matter, and folks who know me know this. I'll play dumb until you try to insult my intelligence.
And that's what
you see what I'm saying?
And that's what I hope a lot of white people are feeling about what they're catching from them as well. Because some of this shit, I know there's white people.
I play dumb, right?
Come on, dude. Like, you're gonna tone it down, buddy.
Come on, now it's getting disrespectful.
Yeah.
Now it's getting to the point, now you think.
You telling me how to think and telling me shit that I know ain't true.
Okay, that's where we going with this?
Mm-hmm.
Our livelihood is on the table, and you want to play games? You want to pander me and pimp and play around? in a place where no games should be played, you want to play games with us?
But they so stuck on their game.
Because why?
Then that's not everybody, but still understand the position. All of us, without this awakening, pretty much would be voting Democrat because of the positioning and how we grew up. It's crazy.
Why would I let
They're
you
branded our team. We just default rolled into them.
That's true. Very true.
Anyway, right?
If I've been holding you down for so long, why would I let you up?
Right.
So let me keep you.
I know.
Why would I let you
You
up?
won't.
Why would I let you up?
But this is
That's not what
probably
this
one
shit
of the
was built
most
on. We
dangerous,
talk about that.
dynamic positions we've ever been in, honestly. Because there is somebody, and this is my own, so I want to go editorial real quick. With Trump, to me, if America looked itself in the mirror, it would see Trump. Okay? And I think a lot of the disgruntledness and the discomfort is just like anybody who sees themselves for really who they are. There's a lot of things you have to get comfortable with. And just, you know what I'm saying? Really is what it is. And to me, Trump is like America
With no layers.
With no layers. Is he not?
Yeah, you kind of right. You kind of right.
Like, is he not the most bullying, ignorant, capitalistic, taking of opportunistic, for my own type ego? That is fascist motherfucker it is, and that's America. Period. And everything that thrives and lives and breathes and sucks off American blood is all built off of that. Trace your dollar. Okay? Real shit. Trace what really moves. Right? So I think there was a real big misconception on Childish Gambino's "This Is America." I think a lot of people got really focused on what was happening behind him. All the calamity.
Well, that's what.
Right? Everybody was trying to solve all the puzzles behind him and all the shit that was going on. So much calamity, murder and stealing and robbery, and just it was nasty and dirty and just, ugh. Right? But everybody's so trying to figure it out. Everybody want to make their own assumptions, right? They want to be the one who came up with it, right? But he put it out there for you. This is America. Right? He said that about 1,000 times in that home. This is America. Right? Y'all gonna be sick at the last one I'm gonna end this whole off with. Okay? He said that more than anything. Right? Understand where you are. What's the saying that we all know? It's not about where you're from, it's about
where you're at.
Huh? It's not about where you're from, it's where you're at. Huh? Right? This is America. What did he say at the end of that motherfucker? Black man, get your money, black man, get your money. And he was running to get the hell out of fucking America. I'm out of here.
With my white wife.
It's Uncle TUXX, man. No, man, no
They were chasing.
Y'all might never see me again. Really, real shit. This is just when I want to get it all. Actually, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the energy. I thank y'all. Real shit. This was really not set up. We were not, I mean, just to be 1,000 with you, we actually were here for a meeting actually that ran over into this. I knew I wanted to turn on the cameras today though. I just knew that in my heart. Like it's therapeutic if you know my story. Like you'll understand why this type of shit is therapeutic for me. So I thank y'all. Matt, let me tell you real shit. Thank you.
Brother.
Therapeutic.
Nah, thank you.
And you're one of the funniest dudes that don't get enough credit because your wittiness and on point is really, it will be respected. And
I appreciate that, man.
we're gonna also here at our network do what we can to also do so too as well to help amplify that.
Okay,
Appreciate your word and all that. Jude, come on, man. You come on, man. You the God creator. Come on, man. The God creator. Like, you feel me? Come on, man. The God creator. And I don't want you to get braggart. I don't want you to turn into me. I love your humbleness. Like you're like, you know what I mean, like a power unit, inspiration. Me as a also digital creator too as well. I actually watched you, grew on you, understood like, damn, there is a lane, you feel what I'm saying, of creativity that actually connects to the future. You see what I'm saying, that I could ride to. So I did a lot of that, and I appreciate you on that. So again, thank you. And again, a lot of your shit is prevalent to this day. I mean, real shit. The billboards, he's still the only nigga I know that I could say, the nigga designs billboards, cuz. like real shit. And I know a lot of designers. Midas, come on, my nigga. Like, we go from peanut butter sandwich, turkey sandwiches, nigga, like, in the trap. Midas know lifestyle behind all the bullshit, all the craziness. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just a regular dude that likes to share love and light. You know what I'm saying? My nigga came one time to one of my trap houses, very, very, very well lucrative trap house. Shout out to 17th and Clinton. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm far.
Oh, that was you? No.
I'm far removed. But you know what I'm saying? He came there one day, we talked, we actually wrote music. I used to have, you know, I got a little pen. I'll play it for you, matter of fact, one day. Matter of fact, man, I want to do it now. I'll definitely break
we don't
it
have
down.
to. That's another day.
But I'll send it to you. I swear to God, please let me get your email. And I'll tell you a story after this about that song. Crazy, bro. Crazy. So, anyways, Midas, bro. One thing that I also think that you don't get enough credit for, and this is Midas, Mr. Midas, is the professionalism, right? Like, I remember being younger in the times where, you know, rap, in the rap world, music world, niggas just did it, right? Midas was like, nah, nigga, fuck this nigga. I'm doing this shit, nigga, to get to the back. Fast, early. Like early. Shit printed up, copyrighted. What is copy? This nigga had that shit copyrighted 15, 20 years before niggas. This nigga was involved, nigga had marketing team, had his whole family, Jagadan, had all that shit. I know what Jagadan, that's Thundercats, am I lying? Yeah. Am I right? You're right? Right, that's Thundercats. I remember when he hit the Jagadan, I said, this nigga hit Thundercats on the ass. No, this nigga hit, that's on a Utopia, nigga. And what the fuck? This nigga hit him with the Jagadan, nigga? The fuck? So that was really, really, really heavy. So again, salute to you. I appreciate that the energy was so natural and organic. We were able to have these type of conversations. I just met the young lady here, Sophia. We're already friends. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And just to be honest with y'all, these guys, these folks and young and ladies and gentlemen are actually having a show on our network. That was the meeting. And I think she's actually going to be the caveat, the star and the caveat to the show. She doesn't bite her tongue. I felt the energy early. I agree. And I really believe that she's going to be punking these niggas. So, but with that being said, the last part is get your money, man. We in America, get your money. This is America.